The Social Impact Collaborative is a program run by Impact Ed at the Fels Institute of Government for organizations that are seeking to use data to inform their work. In the first year of the program, with support from the William Penn Foundation, we had 10 nonprofit organizations from over 50 applicants in the region.
I hope to learn more about what makes good program design, what data we need to be looking at, how we can track it, what questions need to be asked going into putting together a program to ensure that you actually have a good workable program, and to be able to better tell our story to funders and to the community.
I really hope that we learn how to define our successes with advocacy and track our activities related back to what we're trying to accomplish. We also want to develop new strategies for engaging the public and figuring out how the public really feels about bicycle infrastructure projects and road safety improvements.
I think participating in this process will really allow us to sort of reflect on how we're collecting data and how we can better collect data. I think it'll also be helpful for us to see what other organizations are doing and really look at best practices throughout the city to see how we can better develop our ability to collect this data and share it with others. We want to try to make sure that the work that we're doing is valuable to our city.
Being data informed is not a destination, it's more of a journey. It's a continuous learning process.
We really believe that organizations need to start their measurement and evaluation work by getting really clear on the goals that they're trying to accomplish.
The most important lesson is clarity of strategy for the organization and who the beneficiaries are.
Helping everyone to see how this is useful for all of our work and making it easy enough to do where we can incorporate it in meaningful ways where we actually get data.
The program is based in reality. I can't tell you how many times Claire has said, let's not collect data you don't need. This has to be feasible.
You need to constantly be asking yourself, is this data telling us something meaningful? And more importantly, is the effort that we're going to get the data and analyze it worth the information that it's yielding?
Organizations were collecting and using data in ways that they never had before.
We began this process looking at one program. But what we're finding is the skills that we're developing, the information that we're gathering, we're able to use across the board for all of our programs, for our strategic planning as an organization.
This will help us just become more efficient with the funds that we do have and learning to do what we do well better and perhaps move on from some areas that we're not as impactful in to focus on what we do well.
I don't feel like at any point we've been asked to consider something that would be a really big burden on us, and that's given me the confidence to go back to my team and say, okay, here's what we can do.
Our vision for this work moving forward is that we build a network of leaders in Philadelphia who are passionate about using data to inform their work and accelerate social change.
The most important lesson we learned was for us to really build this culture of data within our organization. If it's just one or two people doing data collection, you're really going to have limited understanding of the progress that you're making, of what's important, of collecting the right information.
We were able to simultaneously set our 3-year goals, and then instead of just kind of like throw metrics against the wall, we were able to say, okay, here's how we're actually going to get there, and here's how we're going to track our success along the way. And that, I think, is going to ultimately be what makes us successful, because we have that plan.
We've been in the community for over 30 years now, and we've gotten to the point where it's like our neighborhood is changing and we have new challenges, and we need to know like how can we respond, building a culture of data where we can really look at what do we do now, what effect is it having on our community, what resources do we have that we might be able to use in new ways will be really important for our organization lasting another 30 years.